So a literature program includes a variety of genres. And if there's anything that comes through in the Common Core, it would be the need for exposing students at all levels, but especially high school students as they get ready to go to college and the workplace, to different kinds of texts. So we want not only classic works and contemporary pieces of literature, but we also want them to understand how, for example, an article on citizenship, something that you might read in a magazine, like the New York Times magazine, how those kinds of texts need to be understood. Because when you start reading informational text, you're really looking at what the purpose and the stance of the author is in a way that when you read a piece of narrative might not be the case. So I would really want to see a lot of discussion sprinkled in to occasions where there's lots and lots of writing. So let me give you, for example, the Gettysburg Address, okay, which might be a piece, it's identified as an exemplar in the Common Core for grades 9 and 10. It consists of 265 words, and they're very, very important words in our culture. But we also want to ensure that students are reading beyond that particular text. So for example, you might have students read other speeches that have been very influential in our society right now. For example, Steve Jobs' speech to the Stanford graduating class, or President Obama's speech at the Ground Zero Memorial, or President Bush's speech at the Ground Zero Memorial. All of these things are available on the World Wide Web, so teachers can actually access some of them. So what I'm suggesting is that there are core pieces that are central to a literature program, but we also want to ensure that students have had lots of encouragement and opportunity to read around those texts, and whether that reading occurs in the classroom or as assignments. And I really want to underscore that students need to be getting ready for college and the workplace, and you don't do all of your reading in class. In fact, in college, you don't do your reading in class. You prepare for it. So my vision of a literature classroom is one in which there are key texts, but there's a lot of reading around those texts as well that come into the discussion and come into the writing that students are doing.